Let's turn to Los Angeles and the ongoing Summit of the Americas. Here's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Sophie Gregoire Trudeau arriving at last night's inaugural ceremony, where they were greeted by U.S. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. Today, the Prime Minister will sit down with California Governor Gavin Newsom. The pair are set to make a joint announcement at around 1:30 Eastern. Climate Change Minister Steven Guilbeault will also be in attendance. Later in the afternoon, Trudeau and Biden will hold a bilateral meeting beginning at around 2:30 Eastern. The U.S. President spoke last night about the summit's focus on Latin America.
Together, we have to invest in making sure our trade is sustainable and responsible in creating supply chains that are more resilient, more secure, and more sustainable. By working with close friends who share our values, we can make sure that we are not left vulnerable to unexpected shocks while generating economic opportunity for the people in our region.
Biden also spoke about countering China's influence in Latin America by increasing U.S. economic activity in the region. Evan Dyer is in Los Angeles with more now on what to expect as the summit kicks into high gear.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has a couple of important meetings today with very senior U.S. officials, including the top official, President Joe Biden. But he begins his day at the governor's mansion here in California, the biggest state in the union, where Justin Trudeau and Governor Gavin Newsom will announce some kind of a climate deal between the state of California and Canada. We don't know the details yet of that deal, but we can perhaps make some educated speculation based on recent events. Just yesterday, Canada announced the creation of its own emissions offset trading scheme. This is a federal government certified scheme under which companies that reduce their emissions get a credit for doing so from the government of Canada, which they can then trade on an open market. One reason to believe that this new deal with California might be about that is that California has for almost 10 years operated a joint emissions credit trading scheme with the province of Quebec. And California and Quebec, the only two subnational governments in the world to have such an arrangement. It is possible, given that Canada has just announced such a scheme itself, that something like that might be in the works between Canada and California. And indeed, last November, we saw New Zealand, a national government, sign a deal with both Quebec and California to eventually enter into that same trading scheme. After meeting with the governor, Prime Minister Trudeau will meet with President Joe Biden in a bilateral meeting, and there are a number of issues on the menu for that conversation, including migration, an issue that's hanging over this summit as a new migrant convoy departs southern Mexico on its way to the U.S. Another issue that may very well come up is Haiti. Canada and the U.S. have traditionally had a big role in that country, and there is a new move afoot to try to do more to help Haiti, which has fallen deeper and deeper into crisis recently. A third issue, almost sure to be on the menu, and one that was already discussed in Colorado at the beginning of this trip at NORAD headquarters, is the modernization of NORAD, North America's strategic air defense, facing new challenges from a new generation of hypersonic missiles.
In Los Angeles.